in order to make sense of friendships being in quadrant A, I'd like to refer to the story of Henry V, which is obviously based on the Shakespeare play. The story tells is an account of a young Prince of Wales who, before he becomes the King of England, is really white trash. His best friends in the kingdom are the worst people that you can imagine. They get drunk, they go to brothels together, and the whole English aristocracy look at this young man and think if he becomes the King of England, he's going to drink the kingdom into ruin. Anyhow, Henry's father dies and Henry becomes king, and to everybody's surprise, he actually becomes a good king. Now, very early on in his reign, he gets information from the Archbishop of Canterbury that indicates that he has a more legitimate claim to the French throne than the French king. Henry doesn't know what to do with this information, so he takes the information to his court. And he tells them, basically Canterbury has examined the genealogies and is of the view that Henry should be the King of France. Basically, there's a usurper or a thief sitting on the throne of France. His court deliberate about this issue, and they answer by saying this is really a matter of honor. There's a usurper sitting on the throne of France, and the English are duty bound. They have to go to war against the French. This was an issue of setting right a wrong. They convince Henry, and he agrees that they will go to war against the French. However, he does warn them. He indicates that they're going there for just cause. In a sense, they're going there to set right a wrong. So they were not going to behave like hooligans in France. Apart from killing the French, they would be perfect gentlemen. They won't rape, pillage, and loot. So all agreed they'd be perfect gentlemen. They get onto the boats and they cross the channel to be of assistance to the French. And along with them on this campaign come some of these friends from Henry's past, these white trash drinking friends, because they think this is going to be a party. However, this is not a party. Everything that conceivably go wrong on the campaign goes wrong. The season turns early that year, they get sick, they can't find food, and Henry realizes that the campaign was a mistake, and he orders a retreat to Calais. Now, in those years, Calais was actually held by England, so in a sense they were running away. En route to Calais, they pass by a village by the name of Agincourt. And in this village there's a church. The Duke of Exeter, who's one of the commanders of the English army, goes into the church to pray. As he walks into the church, he catches an English soldier stealing a pax, and the pax is a painting of the crucifixion. And the reason why the soldier is stealing the pax is that they're clearly all hungry, and the soldier was stealing it probably to sell to get food. However, Exeter knows the king's instruction, and the king's instruction is we will not behave like hooligans in France. So he drags the offending thief out of the church with the intention to have him hung, because in those years in England that was the rule, you hanged a thief. However, it just so happens that this thief is a man by the name of Bardolph. He's one of Henry's closest bosom friends from the old drinking days. Anyhow, the execution is in progress. Exeter has Bardolph on the back of a wagon, and they're in a clearing in the forest. Bardolph has a rope around his neck. Just before the execution is enacted, Henry rides into the clearing where this matter is in progress, and everybody freezes. Now, clearly everybody would freeze in this case because the man who is about to get executed is Henry's friend. Now the question here is, if Henry had acted for friendship, what would Henry do? And clearly, if Henry had acted for friendship, he would have stopped the execution. And the question is, what should Henry do? And he should allow the execution to continue, which is exactly what he does do. For me, the point of this story is that it indicates that you can't really lead people, and you can't be trusted with leadership if you aren't metaphorically prepared to hang your brother, never mind your friend. One's desire for closeness with people and affiliation with people is a need. We didn't say that you shouldn't have a need. Everybody has needs, but we argued the place of the need is in the passenger seat. When the need and the value contradict each other, you act consistently with the value and not consistently with your need.